man, I'd hate to be the match that is following that incredible opener.
Nate Hunter. Now, Pat, in your time here at Alpha Pro, I'm confident you've had some run-ins with Nate Hunter.
Listen, I may not like Nate as a person, but I've got to admit, he is an incredible professional wrestler. He is a once-in-a-generational talent.
He is the golden child of Australian wrestling. This is Nate Hunter.
Sorry, you were saying, Pat?
He's a once-in-a-generational talent. He is only 23 years old. He has won the Pipeworks Market Championship. He successfully defended that on multiple occasions.
Successfully defended?
He did successfully defend it. He successfully beat Happy Kai and Jay Hunter for it.
He hasn't successfully won a match without the help of this man.
And that man, the Juggernaut, Jay Hunter.
Oh, yes. Here we go.
Now, Craig, we have seen some animosity between Jay Hunter and Nate Hunter for quite a stretch of time. Now, you're making some accusations there just a moment ago that Nate Hunter has not won any match by himself. Is that what you're getting at?
I mean, by the books, yep, he's won matches, absolutely, but not without the help of the Juggernaut. Every time.
He's the Juggernaut, Jay Hunter.
I mean, they started off as a team. We thought both the cousins going to be helping each other out, but it's been very, very one-sided. Nate has been getting Jay to do all the dirty work, and he's living in all the glory. In fact, he's about to get his comeuppance today.
Jeez, that's preposterous.
And we are seeing the fear on Nate Hunter as we speak. He knows what he's about to get into. However, that does ask that big question, whether it be to yourself, Craig, or to yourself, Pat. Can Nate Hunter take out Jay Hunter without the assistance of Jay Hunter?
Well, you'd hope he'd be able to take out the assistance of his own self. God damn. Listen, Nate Hunter is
You get
the
what I
golden
mean?
child.
It's the assistance, right? As you've mentioned.
Yeah.
Look, I've been here. You've both been here. Upon reflection, it has certainly gone that way. But once this bell rings, it can be anyone's game.
Referee Amanda checking both gentlemen out right now. But you got to think, Nate Hunter has had all the momentum leading up into this matchup.
Absolutely.
Jay has not had that same momentum. He's just grown more frustrated and frustrated and frustrated until last month where he finally snapped.
Well, what an absolute opportunity to get rid of that frustration, and that starts right now.
That's because any momentum he got was sucked away by Nate Hunter. In fact, he's getting his comeuppance tonight. I am quite excited to see how this will go.
Jay Hunter, the first to make a move. Nate sort of light on his feet.
This is just smart wrestling by Nate Hunter.
Yep.
Pressing
Maybe
that taunt button.
A little less posing, a little less wrestling might benefit Nate tonight.
Looks like things might kick off with a standard lockup. But Nate is very so quickly being pushed to the back corner. And the Juggernaut had trapped him for just 1 second.
Oh,
Disrespectful actions from Nate Hunter, Craig.
That's called poking the bear, and that's what happens when you do it.
Oh! Double hand strike to the chest of Nate. Drops him to his tuchus.
Like he was saying, I'm not going to get pushed around anymore.
Kick to the midsection from Nate. I can't say Hunter, I'm going to have to say Nate or Jay because it's just not to confuse myself. Side headlock. Big shoulder tackle from the Juggernaut. Dropping down the Golden Child.
I just think that this all could just be settled if Jay just said that Nate was the better hunter. That's all it needs to be. He just needs to go up, shake his hand, and
From what we're seeing right now, Pat, it does appear that Jay may in fact be the better hunter, as that another shoulder tackle drops him down. Nate goes to that punch, goes nowhere. Massive back body drop. Kicks him up again. Looks like set up for a scoop slam. Boom! Running power slam instead from the Juggernaut, hooks the leg. Kick out at 2 for Nate.
And props to the ref for getting out of the way there. I thought Jay was chasing around the ring there for a moment.
Nate Hunter carefully looking at his lower back. Jay standing tall.
Nate knows what he's doing here. He is making some space, giving himself some breathing room, checking on everything, all these internal organs, making sure they're okay.
Making sure they're still internal.
That's exactly right, because Jay might rip him out.
Look, it is absolutely true. I have seen the Juggernaut Jay Hunter nearly kill a man once. I was working at a commentary at another space. I was distracted for one moment. I looked back and I just see him razor's edge someone over the top rope. I didn't see the setup table at the time. I just thought he straight up killed the person.
Well, that sounds terrible. Oh! And that sounded just as bad.
What we see is Nate Hunter's heart skip a beat with that chop. Oh, Nate raking the eyes.
No, he's just checking to see if his eyes are okay.
Yeah, and they're full of his fingers.
Yes, so they're not, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, not doing well at all.
I need to get my glasses checked.
Nate Hunter draping the Juggernaut across that top rope. Now, we say this most shows, just for those of you that may be coming in for the first time, when we say ropes, it's actually a misnomer. These are high-tension steel cables wrapped in tape, maybe a little bit of silicone or plastic, but that is about it. It is just cable to the throat of the Juggernaut, Craig.
Not a great place to have cable, one would think.
Preferably
At the moment, Jay starting to struggle a little bit. He has been dominating this whole match, but Nate finally starting to wear him down a little.
That is true. The tides have certainly changed as Nate attempts to bring down the Juggernaut. Jay, though, with the power of the Alpha Pipeworks crowd, blows to the midsection. Attempting to release the hold. Nate finally drops it. Juggernaut, goes to the choke slam. Gets his foot stomped by Nate.
How smart was that until
just got in badly.
Looks like an attempted cross body, though.
Oh!
Nate!
What the hell?
Jumping at the forehead of Hunter. My apologies, of Jay. They are both the Hunter. Attempted cover. Kick out at 1.
Not a very good cover. Didn't really lean into that one. I think he was just trying to make a point.
You guys might complain about Nate's tactics and the way he goes about things. Oh, bit of a power out by Jay. You've got to remember, this man is a champion here at Alpha Pro Wrestling.
As is Jay Hunter, kicks out at 2.
But you've got to remember, he's the one who was after Jay Hunter. We had Happy Kai, and then he versed both Happy Kai and Jay Hunter, triple threat, and who came out victorious? That's right, the Golden Child.
Look, that is true. Facts is facts. However, Nate Hunter right now with that rear choke onto Jay. We're slowly seeing him go down. Smart tactic, though. And how do you take down a giant, a powerhouse, a Juggernaut? You take him down at the knees. You drop him down to the mat. You take out what you can.
You cut off the air, you can't do anything. It doesn't matter how big you are. And look, say what I said before about Jay. There's no denying he has talent. He is a talented wrestler. He wouldn't be here at Alpha if he didn't have the chops to go one-on-one with anyone on the roster. It's just the tactics he uses obviously has been pushing Jay so long that he has just had enough. And as you can see, it's going to take a lot more than just a quick chokehold to hold down the Juggernaut.
Jay Hunter with the power to get back to his feet. Nate Hunter draped across his back, blasting those elbows into his neck.
Straight back, right under the chin, locking in that sleeper, but Jay is hiding out of it.
Oh! Oh! Responds with a knee.
And look, fair effort so far to both of them. This has been a solid match. I thought it'd get Well, I thought it'd go off the rails a lot quicker than before now.
That is true. Contrary to what you were saying earlier, Pat, about Nate getting his wins, which he does certainly do. There are some presentations of underhanded tactics, and as of yet, we have yet to see Nate really dive into them outside of the scrape the eyes earlier, digging at the forehead, and those blasts. Speaking up to the forehead on that buckle.
No. Oh no! Nate, start running.
Oh, Jay, running clothesline. Clothesline drops down Nate. Jay pulls him across the ring, picks him up. Buster!
Jesus!
Spine,
That's
pine,
could be it.
2. Kick out at 2.
Wow.
Not enough to bring it home though, Pat.
Oh, look out. He's lobbing things at me now.
Come on, I understand. Juggernaut, 6'5", 275 pounds of just pure destruction. But Nate should be much smarter than this. He's going to be lined up and squashed in about 5 seconds. He's not careful.
Grabbed by the neck. Choke slam from the heavens. Nate Hunter, though, almost rolling out of the ring.
Oh, but rolling far enough.
Hang on.
You cheeky sod.
That absolute ring awareness.
Nice.
We did call him the fastest rising star in Australian professional wrestling. That comes with that level of ring awareness and the ability to kick out at 2, just like that.
That's not a cheeky side. That's a very smart individual. 23 years of age. What were we doing at 23 years of age? We're probably doing nothing.
Actually, I was at university training to become a scientist.
So nothing. So you got to remember, that's how talented this man really is.
Look, Craig, he's not wrong. I'm not using my degree at all.
I didn't say he was wrong. I just thought it was funny.
All right, you know what? You've got a good point, Pat. I'll let you see it through. Keep going.
No, it's done now.
Oh, is that it?
I just used all my university degree too.
Nate
Nate
Hunter
Hunter, look at the
drops the
athleticism
rope,
of this man.
gets to the middle rope, squares it up. Using that Hunter connection to try bring him into the corner. Gets caught midair by the neck. Choke. Hang on.
Wow!
Nate turns that into a cutter.
Wow, I did not see that. It's just, I don't know where he pulled that out from.
Taking the
Wonderful
air
set
out
up.
of Nate. Goes to the cover. Kick out at 2.
I mean, that's got to be the disadvantage, though, and the advantage here. These two know each other so well. They go for a move. They're ready for it. They've got the counter. They've got the counter for the counter. That's
These
why.
two-
Look, had these two not had their little disagreements amongst one another, it could have very much been them in the opening match of the show here tonight going for those tag team championships.
Absolutely.
They were definitely on the roll.
They were
definitely
on the rise.
They were on the rise as a tag team after all their disagreements. But I think Jay just finally snapped and had enough of it. But Nate Hunter has just been an amazing...
Hang on. We talked about those devious tactics of Nate Hunter earlier. Looks to have loaded his...
adjusting his elbow pad,
Hang on,
going for a ball hammer.
he has loaded that elbow pad with some sort of
something
metal
going on.
plate.
Oh, but
caught by
guess who knew that was coming?
Caught by Hunter with the boot. Sets him up for that power
this is
bomb.
it.
Not a
This
single
is it.
person
No.
Nate, you
has
better
kicked-
get out of that.
No
No
one
one's
has
kicked out of
this
this.
power
Here
bomb.
we go. Oh!
Ducked over the top.
I'm going back to cheeky side.
Oh!
and
Blow
there's
to
that-
the back.
What
Wait,
power!
Goes for
One.
the cover.
What? Your winner, Nate Hunter.
That beautiful technique of that forearm right to the back of the head was unbelievably executed.